Today I will discuss my thoughts on the new Showtime original Everything's Gonna Be Alright. Then I will share the latest on who's been caught slipping on the very mask mandates they so deeply love. And of course, I will be reviewing the latest installment in one of the greatest movie series, Jurassic World Dominion. I'm Luke Crotzer, and this is the Luke Crotzer Show. So, I know it's hard to determine what qualifies as being racist, as the term is overused so often these days, but I recently saw a preview that depicts what the term racist really looks like. Check out this trailer to the new documentary series on Showtime titled Everything's Gonna Be Alright, a documentary series that discusses how white people are terrible people and how whiteness has destroyed our country. Here's the video.
What annoys me most about white people is when they pretend like they're the victim. What's also annoying is when they kill us.
What is fragile about whiteness when everything has been constructed around it?
Every part of who I am has been distorted or criminalized.
It's really just a bunch of white lies.
Yeah, that's a total cringe fest. I don't plan on getting into everything about this video because at the end of the day, everything these people are saying is completely ridiculous. With that said, there is one thing I do want to discuss, and that being the double standard in regards to racism. Hear me out. This documentary is about people of different ethnicities tearing down on white people as a whole. However, if this series was flipped and it was just white people discriminating against black people or any other race, not only would they be labeled racist, but this series would never stand a chance airing. Not just on Showtime, but on any platform. And individuals associated with the project would never have a chance of working on a documentary production ever again. So, this is completely disgusting and idiotic as well as not productive at uniting us as a country. But maybe that was the point. Now, some of you are probably thinking I'm only saying this because I'm white and I now feel, according to the trailer, triggered. However, that's not the case. I'm against this because as a human being, I'm against all forms of racism. It doesn't matter what the race is, I am against it. So, the fact that this series is promoting racism should make anyone feel uneasy. Racism is a term that's been used incorrectly for many years now, and honestly, I don't think many people could even give the actual definition of the term anymore. And unfortunately, I feel that after people watch this series, they'll have a better idea of what the actual term means, even though they probably won't even realize it. So today we'll be talking about yet again another politician who was recently caught being a giant hypocrite in regards to the mask mandates. And today's a-hole is Stacey Abrams. Roll tape.
Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams seen maskless while visiting a Georgia elementary school this weekend. Look at her there. She's posing for a picture with a room full of young children who, you guessed it, were all wearing masks.
So after she did this, she immediately, and rightfully so, received blowback from both parents and even politicians. However, apparently she didn't like being called out because later on, Abrams responded by saying, quote, "It is shameful that our opponents are using a Black History Month reading event for Georgia children as the impetus for a false political attack. And it is pitiful and predictable that our opponents continue to look for opportunities to distract from their failed records when it comes to protecting public health during the pandemic. One of Stacey's opponents downplayed the virus while trading stock to profit off the pandemic after his private coronavirus briefings as a senator. Another of her opponents attacked mayors seeking to protect their citizens and has failed to expand access to Medicaid even as rural hospitals close. This pathetic, transparent, and silly attack is beneath anyone who claims he wants to lead Georgia." End quote. Now, before I continue any further, I want you to keep in mind that in this tweet, she's saying that our reactions to this are, quote, silly and pathetic. You think that she would stand by those words, right? Nope, because a day after the tweet, she said this.
So obviously we've all seen the picture, we've all seen the coverage of the picture. Did you make a mistake by taking a photo maskless in the classroom when it appears that everyone else, including all the children, were wearing them?
Yes, I will say this. I went to read to kids for an African American read-in day. I approached the podium with my mask on. I followed the protocols. I told the kids I'm taking my mask off because I'm reading to kids who are listening remotely as well. And we were socially distanced. The kids were socially distanced from me. I told them that's what I was doing. And in the excitement after I finished, because it was so much fun working with those kids, I took a picture, and that was a mistake. Protocols matter, and protecting our kids is the most important thing, and anything that can be perceived as undermining that is a mistake, and I apologize.
So literally a day after she said all of this was pathetic and silly, she's now saying that what she did was wrong. Coincidence? I think not. I mean, if this isn't enough evidence to prove that this whole pandemic has been nothing but a political scandal, then I don't know what to tell you. This whole mask mandate has never been about protecting children or protecting the elderly, and it hasn't even been about protecting others, ourselves. It's all been about control. For 2 years, these corrupt politicians have been claiming that if we just wear the mask, get quadruple vaccinated, and just listen to what they tell us, then COVID will just magically disappear out of thin air from our lives, and we could move past the deadly days of the virus. And that we could reflect over the time of COVID and remember all of them as the heroes that saved the country. Well, thankfully, because of people like Stacey Abrams, that's never going to happen. Because they are just as fake as the idea of masking being effective. And none of us will ever remember them as anything but villainous, power-hungry overlords. Alright guys, enough bad news. Let's discuss something that gets me, and hopefully all of you, very excited. Just yesterday, the trailer for the next and final film of the Jurassic franchise, Jurassic World Dominion, has finally been released. And since I like talking about movies, and because Jurassic Park was one of my favorite childhood movies at the time, I'm going to review the trailer for you guys. Roll it.
I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion. Something that was real. Something that they could see and touch. Creation is an act of sheer will. Life will find a way.
We can't keep her here forever.
They find her, we're never gonna see her again. We gotta protect her, that's our job.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. We created an ecological disaster.
Settler.
Alan Grant.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
We're racing toward the extinction of our species. We not only lack dominion over nature, we're subordinate to it.
Come back.
I always come back.
That's another plane, right?
Not exactly.
Don't move. Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger?
So I'm really enjoying this so far. The first thing I want to talk about is how they're able to bring the dinosaurs into our world. I mean, in the past films, it was always the same concept. A small group of people go to an island full of dinosaurs, the dinosaurs attack, and the main character manages to escape in the end. However, now that all the dinosaurs are all over the world, all over the globe, we don't know what to expect. I mean, from what it looks like, the setting of the film might take place in like a post-apocalyptic dinosaur world, and if that really is the case, I am very pumped up for that. I mean, literally the first 15 seconds of the trailer, we saw people riding horses, herding Parasaurolophus like cattle. And before you say anything, yes, I know what the dinosaurs are called. I don't care. Don't at me for that. Anyways, another element I enjoyed about the trailer is when they showcased the original cast from the franchise. Dr. Alan Grant was my favorite character out of the original cast, and I am so happy to see him again. I'm also looking forward to how Dr. Grant and Owen will interact with one another. Since these two know everything there is to know about velociraptors, I do think it would be very interesting to see. Now, although I am looking forward to this film, there are still a few things I am confused on. Mostly the raptor scene. In the trailer, you saw the two velociraptors chasing Owen through the city. And what's confusing is, how is that possible? I mean, if you guys remember, Blue the Velociraptor was the only raptor left alive after Jurassic World, so it doesn't make any sense on how that's possible. Another question I have about this film is, how long had the dinosaurs been living side by side with the humans? I mean, obviously some time has passed, but how much time though? Because if it's only been a year, then that wouldn't make any sense, because either one, the dinosaurs would have eaten all the people by now, or two, the military would have blown them up at this point. I mean, I get it, they're dinosaurs, but also, we have high-grade military technology and weapons. They shouldn't be that hard to kill and track down, I'm just saying. As for everything else, I am looking forward to this movie. I've been a fan of Jurassic Park for as long as I can remember. Heck, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist like Dr. Grant. And now that we get to see the conclusion to this amazing franchise, I can only say good things about this. I never thought this day would come, but in the words of John Hammond, life finds a way. Alright guys, cringe video of the week. Let's go. Let's do this.
Hey, non-binary offspring.
Parenting
hey,
in 2050.
Parent. Just wanted to let you know that dinner is ready, if you consent to it, of course. I don't. I don't consent.
You don't
well, I was thinking
to
maybe
dinner?
in an hour or so, if you're up to it, me and your
It's
other
food.
non-gender
Like, be
specific
grateful,
parent
man.
can sit in the
It's
living room
food.
and breathe for a little bit. if it
Oh.
doesn't trigger you, of course. You know, I'm not sure if I'm triggered by that or offended. Quite honestly, I don't know what to feel anymore. Trust me, I don't know either, honey. Oh my God, did you just call me honey? Oh my God, I am so sorry. That's harassment. Please don't tweet about this. I already did. Well, it looks like my
Good God.
career is over. Well, maybe think 20 times before you talk. We'll have to live on the streets. Well, that doesn't matter to me because my feelings are more important than all of our physical well-being.
dear God.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go into the living room and cry. I love you. You don't have to say it back. I'm not going to.
Good God, this is so weird. Okay, so what do I think about this? I don't really know if I would consider it cringy because it's less cringy and more like very, very accurate in regards to how our children are acting these days. Like, this is the type of current environment that we are living in nowadays. It's not completely like this, however, we are getting very, very close to that. In fact, the only complaint I have about this video is that I don't think this would happen in 2050. I'm pretty sure all this is going to be happening in like 2030 if we continue with the projects we have so far. That's just my prediction. So, cringy? No. Incredibly culturally accurate? Like 9 out of 10? Yes. And I'm only saying that because, again, we're not completely there, but we're on our way. Well, guys, that's our show for today. If you enjoy my content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to click the little bell icon, that way you won't miss any of my new content. Anyway, speaking of movies, there's actually a brand new movie that came out yesterday from the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire's first original film, Shut-In, which is a very amazing film, and you can definitely expect me to talk about it in my next episode. If you guys wish to watch it, all you have to do is become a member of the Daily Wire, sign in, become a member, and boom, you did it. And how do I know this? Because I'm a member of the Daily Wire. And if you guys aren't, then such for you. You're missing out on a great film. Anyway, that's all the time I have for you today, and I will see you all next episode. I'm Crotzer, and thank you for joining me on the Crotzer Show. Peace out, guys.